Hey, what's up guys, it's Gold Dizzy. I'm going to give you my Raw review. Just went off the air, and Iron Mike Tyson was the host for tonight. You know, I was I was really looking forward to this Raw, to be in fact. And, you know, I really enjoyed this Raw. I thought it was really good. Very entertaining from beginning to end. You know, some parts were better than others, of course. But I'm going to get right into it and try to give you a rundown of all the cool things that happened. Of course, Mike Tyson came out to the ring right at the beginning of the show. And they did a little montage of 1998 where he was on Raw with Austin. And right after that, pretty much Sheamus came out and was basically saying, you know, Tyson, you're a has-been. You know, you're not a good champion. You know, I'm the WWE champion, and you know, I'm the most iconic figure of the 20th century. From there, Randy Orton comes out saying how he wants a title shot, and how he wants it right now, pretty much. Then, of course, John Cena comes out, and he comes out and he's like, listen. He's like, I beat you, pointing at Sheamus. He's like, I beat you, pointing at Randy Orton. And he's like, I beat Mike Tyson as well. He's like, I can remember, you know, a long time ago, going through Glass Joe, going through King Hippo, going through Bald Bull. I mean, it was hilarious. He was making a bunch of Mike Tyson Punch-Out references. And from there, Kofi Kingston comes out. And he's like, listen guys, you guys have all had title shots, numerous title shots. He's like, I've never had a title shot, and I'm not going nowhere until I get a title shot. So Mike Tyson basically just makes a triple threat match for that night. Randy Orton versus John Cena versus Kofi Kingston. And the winner gets to take on Sheamus at the Royal Rumble. You know, Sheamus didn't even want to have to fight at the Royal Rumble. You know, he wanted to have that pay-per-view off. But, of course, that didn't happen. Right after that, we got to see a first round Divas Championship tournament match between Kelly and Alicia Fox. Pretty decent Divas match. Alicia Fox wins that. From there, we got to see Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. They were in the ring. And both of them were going back and forth at each other, you know, on who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Both Teddy and Cody were basically saying, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I kind of thought that we were going to see the split of legacy. You know, it kind of seemed like it was going in that direction, but it didn't. They had a match right after that between Evan Bourne and Mark Henry. Yeah, what a tag team. But of course, Legacy won that match. They worked very well together. And I want to say something real quick. Cody Rhodes won that match by pinning Evan Bourne. His finisher, the Crossroads, that's a devastating little maneuver. I don't know about you guys, but I really like it. I think it's a very realistic move. You know what I'm saying? A lot of finishers nowadays, you look at them and it's like, that doesn't look like it would even hurt. But that move, the Crossroads, it looks pretty painful. I like it. I like the execution. I like the delivery. You know, I'm sure Evan Bourne, you know, does very well with selling it as well. And it's a very awesome finisher. And of course, he won with that finisher. From there, we got to see a little DX segment. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are in the back. Shawn Michaels is wanting to reconcile with Mike Tyson. He's like, I reconciled with Brett last week. I want to reconcile with Mike Tyson. They go to commercial break, and then they come back, and you see HBK talking to Tyson. He's like, listen, you know, I want to forgive you for you punching me out at WrestleMania 14. Mike Tyson's like, listen, I don't want your apology. I enjoyed punching you out, and I want to punch you out again. I mean, I was marking out. I thought that was really awesome. I liked how they were tying in that story from 12 years ago into tonight. I really dug it. Tyson rejects his apology, and Chris Jericho comes in, and you find out that Jericho and Tyson are in cahoots together. And Jericho's like, me and Tyson are going to take on you guys tonight in the main event. And if we win, I get to be on any show I want. So I was looking forward to that because I really thought that Jericho was going to win and he was going to be able to be on any show he wanted. But I'll get to that in a little bit. From there, we got to see a little review of Bret Hart's return, which was cool. Then we got to see Swagger in the ring. Swagger was in the ring saying, hey, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. And tonight, I'm going to have the All-American, American Challenge. I want anybody from the back to come out and see if they can throw me over the top rope. He's like, the Royal Rumble's built for a guy like me. And so, Santino Marella comes out, and he's like, oh, what a coincidence. I, too, was going to have the All-Italian tournament. And what better way to do this challenge than to do it with you? So he goes in the ring, and surprisingly enough, Santino wins. I mean, I love it. I mean, Santino doesn't wrestle that much. He's basically used for comedic purposes. But every time he comes out, he makes me laugh. And, I mean, he really does his job well. From there, we got to see the triple threat match. Kofi, Randy, and John Cena. I thought it was a pretty good match. Of course, Randy Orton actually won that. And with the help of Legacy. It's a good heel. A good heel always gets help from his other heel friends. So at the Royal Rumble, we're going to see heel versus heel. Sheamus and Randy Orton. Of course, that's the way it is right now. Who knows what's going to happen between now and then, though. From there, we get to see Josh Matthews and Mike Tyson doing a little interview. Hornswoggle interrupts, and Mike Tyson says some really bad, really messed up things to Sheamus, to Hornswoggle. He says, if you come out during my match, I'm going to take your intestines, rip them out, and jump rope with them. Then I'm going to take my 2 fingers, shove them in your nostrils, rip your brains out, put them between 2 pages of a newspaper, and then smear them on a window like putty. I was like, holy shit, that's some fucked up things to say to a little midget. But it was very, very entertaining. I liked it. From there, we got to see a Miz promo. And it was very awesome. Miz was started the promo off in the hallway next to the locker room. And he's walking down the hall out to the ring, talking about how he gets no respect, how he had to start his way from the bottom in the WWF and work his way to the top. And MVP comes out and cuts up. They both do a really good job with this promo in my eyes. And basically, MVP's talking about where he came from. He was in jail, spent about like 10 years in prison. He's earned the right to wear his Gucci shoes and his tailor-made suits and all that. And they have a little squabble in the ring, and MVP pretty much beats up The Miz. But it was a very good promo by both of these guys. Their match is going to be pretty good whenever they have it. From there, we get to see another first-round Divas tournament match. Eve versus Katie Lee. Eve wins that. Then Vince McMahon comes out, and he basically talks about what happened last week with Bret. And all he basically says is that what happened to Bret. He's like, Bret screwed Bret 12 years ago, but I screwed Bret last week. So we'll never see Bret on WWE ever again. And that was it. Then we got to see the main event, DX versus Tyson and Jericho. Tyson starts the match off, and I was pretty impressed. I mean, a lot of collar and elbow tie-ups, a lot of shoving. Nothing too crazy. But, of course, Tyson kind of turns his back on Jericho, and he knocks Jericho out just like he did Shawn Michaels all those years ago. So he basically pays back DX for what he did to him 12 years ago. And had the biggest crotch chop celebration ever. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Hornswoggle, Mike Tyson, and his son were all in the ring, and they did the crotch chop shot. Crotch chop is what I'm trying to say. They do that in the ring. It was pretty cool. That was the end of Raw. Like I said, I enjoyed it. There are a lot of great things that happened. The only the only downer on Raw is Michael Cole. And he's a downer on Raw every week. I hate Michael Cole. I think Michael Cole is the worst fucking ring announcer or commentator, whatever you want to call him, of all time. He's the most redundant, idiotic, imbecilic moron ever. I mean, he repeats himself throughout the whole show. He never says anything relevant, and he's just annoying. But that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I thought Raw was great. Let me know what you guys think. That's it. This is Gold Daisy. Peace out.